Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are live at Palm Springs Stadium once again. Game 2 of our doubleheader on this clear Saturday afternoon in the Coachella Valley as MLB China will take on the Palm Springs Power. Two teams in search of momentum. MLB China coming off of a 4-game losing streak. They're looking to snap that one. And the Power, a couple odd games in a row, coming off a 2-2 tie yesterday here at the stadium against the Canada A's, and then an 8-7 loss to the Alberta Grizzly, in a game where they fell behind early, worked their way back, a ton of hits, a ton of action on the bases, stolen bases, passed balls, and I expect another good one. I'm Evan Schmeiser, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be joined by Danny Maha in just a second. There he is walking in now. Danny just sang the national anthem here at Palm Springs Stadium, and he sang it beautifully. So we'll give him a few extra moments to get settled in, and we'll talk to him surely about that. Jimmy Welsher will get the start for the Power. Left-hander looking to give a quality outing against an MLB China team that has been struggling offensively. Wang Peng Chung will be the leadoff man. Liu Wenjie, the catcher, hits second. Hush Shin's the third man. Zhao Luan will hit cleanup, also doing the pitching for China. Zhuoji Gunja, always dangerous, hits fifth. Jing Pengwei bats sixth. Wan Unwei will hit seventh. Zheng Wei Shin, the eighth man. Sun Zwan Han will round out the order, hitting ninth. Left on right, the matchup. Welsh reset. Out of the stretch he goes, and the first pitch is on the inside corner to Chung, and we are underway. An even 12:45 Pacific Standard Time, right on time, 65 degrees. Next offering by Welsher is swung on and looped down the right field line, and it'll drop foul into the bullpen. The right fielder, Luke Chernesky, first baseman Nick Knoll going after that one, as the count moves to 0-2 on Chung. Also, flags not quite at full tilt, but blowing right to left. So picking up as we get into the afternoon, similar to yesterday on this slightly cooler day. 0-2 the count to get things started. Welsher to Chung. Jimmy comes set, glove set at the chest, and the fastball is delivered upstairs. That came in at 81 miles an hour. Again, Welsher working out of the stretch exclusively as he stares in, and he steps off. Perhaps not pleased with the signs. Thrown down by catcher Matthew Nunn coming over from the Canada A's. The 1-2 delivery is a breaking ball that misses in the dirt. And a slow one, 66 on that pitch. Guys, Danny's almost ready. I can't wait to hear about the anthem. The 2-2 from Welsher. Check swing and a little bit high. The count moves to 3-2. So Chung back in the box, waving the bat ever so slightly. And the payoff, rolled over, not hit hard to Jack Paulson at third. High throw across the diamond, but the first baseman Knoll able to hold the bag for the first out. So a longer at bat, one away for Welsher, and it brings up the catcher Liu Wenjie. As he settles in, we'll take a look at the Power defensively. Zach Gomia is in left, Chase Vincent patrolling center, Luke Chernesky gets the start in right, Jack Paulson's at third, Joseph Bonaris the third playing short, Danny Walsh at second. As the first pitch to Jay is taken for a strike, 0-1. Nick Knowles at first, Matthew Nunn again came over from the Canada A's. The Power needed a catcher, he's behind the plate, and Jimmy Welsher doing the pitching. Next offering's a breaking ball that's outside, 1-1 the count. As Jay steps out, looking for some signs from the manager Ray Cheng in the third base coach's box. Welsher is set, 1-1 with one away in the top of the first. Check swing on the fastball, doesn't matter, as Jay went around. According to the home plate umpire, Jeremy Gaskin. Brendan Boucher at first and Max Steiner making the calls at third. Welsher working very fast is set with the 1-2. Off the end of the bat, popped up, short left field. Gomia, shading his eyes from the sun in left, makes the two-handed grab. Little bobble towards the end, but it looked to be on the transfer anyway. 2 up, 2 down in the first, and it'll bring up Hush Shin. Shin will play first base. And we also saw him pitch yesterday. Welsher looking for a 1-2-3 first. And the first pitch is right down the middle for a called strike. Welsher, his 5th game of the season, first start, an ERA of 1 over, well, now 7 2/3. Way out in front of a fastball to Shin, and he's behind 0-2. Welsher has not walked anyone to open his CWL campaign, and only 6 hits across those 7 innings. He's set the 0-2 with 2 outs, swung on and missed. Some extra tail down and away from the right-hander Shin. First strikeout of the afternoon for Welsher. Heat sets down MLB China 1-2-3 to open the ball game. We'll head to the bottom half. The Power will take their first swings.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Getting ready for the bottom of the first, ladies and gentlemen. No score between the Power and MLB China. Zhao Luan will do the pitching for MLB China. Again, also serving as the cleanup hitter. Something that Ray Chang likes to do here and there to have some guys who can both hit and pitch. Take a look at the Power lineup. Chase Vincent will lead it off. Danny Walsh hits second. Jack Paulson leading the third spot. Brock Rudy, the designated hitter today, hits cleanup. Joseph Bonaris, the third, will be fifth, followed by Nick Knoll. Zach Gomia hits seventh. Luke Chernesky will be eighth. And Matthew Nunn, the catcher, will round out the Power lineup. As Luan finishes up his warm-up pitches, Vincent will head into the left-handed batter's box. Luan out of the stretch, set up on the far third base side of the rubber. And his first offering is swung on and bounced out to second base. Forehand play by Jing Pong Wei. One hops the throw and it gets past Shin towards the MLB China dugout. It's backed up by the catcher Liu Wen-jae, so Vincent will hold up at first with the error from the second baseman Pong Wei. An MLB China team that has showed excellent fundamentals so far through the CWL, and just a misplay, simple as that. And they'll happen once in a while. So Danny Walsh will be the hitter, and he has been good. .353 to open the season, 3 doubles. Just a consistent, dangerous bat at the plate. A great guy to have second in your lineup. First pitch out of the stretch, misses inside. Almost got a piece of Walsh. Zhao Luan trying to settle in and match Welsher, throwing a scoreless first. Checks the runner once and comes set. China looking to turn 2. There goes Vincent. Pitch taken upstairs. A throw down to second is offline and not in time. Stolen base for Chase. The throw from Jay took the second baseman Pong Wei towards the first base side of the bag. So 1-1 the count. A man at second, nobody out for the Power in the first. Beg your pardon, the count is 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. The second baseman Pong Wei keeping the runner close with the righty up. And the next offering at the knees for a called strike. As the count moves to 2-1. Luron trying to work around some trouble. His third game on the mound. He's gone 4 innings, has not allowed to run. 7 punch-outs, only 1 walk. Slide step delivery. It's swung on off the end of the bat, fouled out of play to the right side and into Sunrise Park. 2-2 to the second batter, Walsh. Vincent looms at second after reaching on an error and stealing a base. And no score in the bottom of the first. The right fielder, Wanun Wei, playing very shallow. Everybody else straight up. Wei keeping the runner close at second, patting the glove a couple times. And a slide step delivery misses outside. 3-2 the count to Walsh. As he walks behind the rubber, trying to gather himself. Could use a big pitch. Looks like a baseball has entered the field. It's out in left center. Don't know how that got there. Wang Peng Chung went to pick it up and throw it back towards the left field bullpen. Right on right the matchup. Luan is set. Glove belt high. And he sets and fires. The 3-2 is roll on the ground to the left side. Forehanded by Dwoji Gunja at third. Looks the runner back and fires across in time to get Walsh. 1 away. Vincent remains at second and Jack Paulson will be the hitter. As Paulson settles in, we'll take a look at MLB China defensively. Junwei Shin is in left. Wang Peng Chung playing center. Wanun Wei playing right. Dwoji Gunja is at the hot corner. Sun Zwan Han playing short. Jingpeng Wei, the second baseman. Hush Shin is at first. Lu Wenjie behind the plate. And, of course, Zhao Luan on the mound with 1 away. And he's set. Looks at the runner once. Pitch is swung on towards the hole on the left side. Past the lunging Han into left field. Vincent is being waved home. The throw by Shin on 1 hop. It's going to be late. Head first dive by Chase Vincent into the legs of Lu Wenjie. Up to second goes Paulson on the throw. RBI single for Jack Paulson, and it's 1-0 Power.
Boy, does Jack Paulson continue to get the barrel of the baseball there. On the ground, but hit hard enough to get through there. He's been doing that all winter, Evan.
Already the 6th hit in 6 tries for Paulson and his 5th RBI of the season. Part of a very consistent top and middle of the power order. As the designated hitter, Brock Rudy will be the hitter. Right on left the matchup. And the first pitch is swung on, rolled slowly out to second base. Bobbled by Peng Wei, but he has plenty of time to throw at Rudy, who wasn't really running up the line anyway. Up to third goes Paulson. So 2 away in the first, 1-0 Power. Joseph Bonaris III will be the hitter. Everybody, Danny Maha just able to join us. Got up here a little bit late for a very good reason, singing the national anthem ahead of this game. Right on right the matchup. And the first pitch is in the dirt.
Got to be honest, Evan. Still shaking a little bit. It was good, though. It was fun.
You sang it very well. I didn't hear any stutters. You didn't get any words wrong.
Well, that was the main plan, not get any words wrong.
That's the most important thing. As Luan is ready, the 1-0 pitch is swung on, chopped out to third. Gunja waits back on it. The throw's wide at first. It pulls Shin off the bag, and he misses the tag. Paulson crosses the plate. The second error in the first inning for MLB China, and it's 2-0 Power. Unbelievable. Both runs, of course, being unearned as Vincent reached on an error, and, oh, there's 2 away in the inning. Not a good way to try to snap a 4-game losing streak for MLB China. And the large right-hander Nick Noll will be the hitter as he waves the bat around, holding it chest high. First pitch, Bonaris takes off. The pitch taken upstairs, throw down to second is on 1 hop and off the chest of Jingpeng Wei as it kicks out to shortstop. Bonaris, who has great speed, stolen base for him. Second stolen base of the inning for the Power.
I was down there before the game, Evan, and they were talking about how aggressive they wanted to be before this game, and they're already up 2-0 and continuing to steal. I like it.
Luan has said Bonaris is almost halfway to third as Zhao Luan steps off and looks him back. Well, and the manager for the Power, Stan Clyburn, is back in town after missing 3 games doing some work for the Minnesota Twins. And his guys were fired up down there, as you were alluding to, Danny. Luan deals the 0-1, and it misses in the dirt. Power leading 2-0 over MLB China in the first inning. Both runs taking advantage of a couple errors to put up those 2 unearned runs. And this is just a day after MLB China issued 8 combined free passes yesterday against the Blue Sox, and most of them coming early. The next offering is just outside. 2-1 the count to Knoll. And a base hit should score the speedy Bonaris. China having to play the outfield fairly deep, respecting the power of the big right-hander. A long look in for Luan. And now he comes set. Another good lead for Bonaris. The shortstop Han playing behind him. Slide step delivery in the dirt again. Blocked nicely by Jay. Count moves to 3-1. First base is open with Zach Gomia waiting on deck. Virtually no clouds in the sky on this mid-60s day in Palm Springs as Zhao Luan steps off. He's now on the same page with Lu and Jay. The catcher Jay trotting out to the mound to talk things over. So Vincent reached on an error by the second baseman Pong Wei. Walsh bounced out to third. Jack Paulson picked up the RBI single. Brock Rudy bounced out to second. Bonaris the third reached on an error by the third baseman Dwoji Gunja, which led to the second run of the inning. And that's where we stand. And to think, the Blue Sox yesterday put 4 runs on the board in the first without recording a hit, just taking advantage of walks and hit batters against this MLB China team. Well, the meeting concludes. Luan is set. The second baseman, Jingpeng Wei, comes back, and Luan steps off and throws behind Bonaris, who goes back in standing up. Now, Bonaris, who's already stolen his 4th bag of the winter, making Luan think about him. Here's the 3-1 to Knoll. Swing and a miss at a fastball. 3-2 the count with 2 away. 2-0 Power in the first.
Well, this is a really big out here for MLB China. They just want to get back in there and get the bats going.
Luan is ready. Knoll is set to go too. And the payoff delivery, off the hands, fouled back into the screen. So we'll have to try it again. Well, the flags now are full tilt. The breeze now coming into the press box from right to left and a little bit in. Yeah, all the flags around here at full gust. Luan set to go. With 2 away, the 3-2 delivery again. On the inside corner for a called strike 3, according to Max Steiner. Knoll not a big fan of the call. Well, it could have been borderline according to the box. That retires the side. 2-run score for the Power on 1 hit. 2 unearned runs aided by a couple errors by the MLB China defense. 2-0 Power through 1 full. We'll be right back on the CWL YouTube.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
Heart of the order for MLB China, Jimmy Welsh, who threw a 1-2-3 first. Zhao Luan, Duoji Gunja, and Jing Peng Wei. Left on left the matchup as Zhao Luan swings and pops the first pitch up, left side of the infield. Bonaris, the third, makes the call and the catch towards the third base area and a few steps into the left field grass. Welsher looking to pick up a shutdown inning after his power picked up 2 unearned runs. Duoji Gunja will be the hitter as Welsher takes a short walk behind the mound and kind of shaking his arms a bunch and now dusting off the rubber. For a guy who's retired his first 4 hitters, looks a little bit finicky. Left on left again as Gunja takes a pitch a little upstairs. Came in at 78 miles an hour with a little bit of break on it. Welsher out of the stretch exclusively. High leg kick. And the next one misses a bit inside. 2-0 the count to the third baseman Gunja. Waves the bat ever so slightly. Next offering at the knees, 2-1 the count. Welsher likes to work fast. Already has the ball back. And he's set. And it's a breaking ball in for a strike, 2-2. This is one of those dudes. I got to get a timer on him. How fast he's going. Yeah, he's all ready to go again. He's set, glove, chest high, kicks and deals, swung on off the hands, rolled foul, past a player in the first base coach's box.
I really like that breaking ball, front door breaking ball, the previous pitch before that foul ball from the pitcher here. That was a really good spot.
Gunja, who comes into play 5 for 17 with a double. Awaits at 2-2. Here it is from Welsher. Curveball right there for a called strike 3. Second punch out of the afternoon for Welsher. Gunja was not a fan of it. He thought it was high. Looked like a good pitch to all of us. 5 up, 5 down, and Jing Peng Wei will be the hitter. After 2 consecutive left-handed China hitters, back to a righty in Peng Wei. And frankly, Jimmy Welsher made pretty short work of those left-handers. He's set. The first offering is upstairs to Peng Wei. China could use some offense. Past 3 games especially, difficult for them to come up with many hits at all, let alone stringing some together. Check swing at the next one. Doesn't matter, called a strike. 1-1 the count, 2 outs, top of the second, the power leading MLB China 2-0. Welsher set on the far third base side, change up, and Peng Wei comes up empty. That came in at 74 to contrast his 81 to 82 mile per hour heater. As Peng Wei steps out, trying to gather himself, chokes up high on the bat. The next pitch swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Jimmy Welsher, already up to 3. And he set down each of the first 6 hitters of the afternoon for MLB China. We head to the bottom of the second. The power leading 2-0, and the bottom third coming up for the Palm Springs local favorite.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Whenever you find yourself hungry for something real, simple, and true, we're here for you.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
As we head to the bottom of the second in this 2-0 game that the Power lead, Sport Clips are the pros in men's hair. They have cutting-edge stylists and hairstyles to give you a championship haircut. Make sure to check out their signature haircut service, the MVP Haircut Experience, which includes a precision haircut, hot towel, massaging shampoo, and neck and shoulder treatment. Gomia, Chernesky, and Nunn, the scheduled hitters for the Power, already leading 2-0. And Zhao Luan, who still has not allowed an earned run all season, finds himself trailing 2-0. He's set, working out the stretch. The first pitch to Gomia is swung on and missed.
Well, this is the perfect time for Luan to get back on track. Bottom of the order, get back in a rhythm, and get your batters back out in the box.
Next offering to Gomia, another swing and a miss. 2 fastballs at 87, virtually in the same spot towards the outer half. Good sign for Luan, working ahead 0-2. He's set, glove at the belt, off the hands, popped up right side the infield. The pitcher, Luan, makes the call, and he's called off late by Shin. Looked like a more difficult play at the end for Shin making that catch.
Yeah, but the right play. You definitely don't want your pitcher trying to make any catches, if at all possible. So a good call off there by Shin.
I do enjoy how you see the game in a very old school sort of way, Danny, like myself. Luke Chernesky, the hitter, comes into play 0 for 10. Swings and misses at that first one.
Does that mean you disagree with the pitch clock, Evan?
Good question. I like the results it has, but I don't like how quickly pitchers are going now. The 0-1 delivery is a little outside. So in theory, I like the idea of, 20 seconds with nobody on base? Is that what it is?
I believe so, yeah.
I like that amount of time, but then you have the guys who go 9 to 12 seconds. Like, okay, this is not how baseball's supposed to be. The 1-1 with 1 out. Chernesky swings and hits that one in the air, short right. Coming in is Wanun Wei, but it's the second baseman, Jing Pong Wei, who makes the call and the catch. So Luan is retired each of the first 2 men in the second, and it brings up Matthew Nunn. Once again, Nunn coming over from the Canada A's, doing the catching for the Power. So ideally, in a few years, I'd like to see them get rid of the pitch clock, since hopefully they won't feel the need to use it anymore. First pitch to the lefty, Nunn, is a swing and a miss. Nunn comes into play 7 for 17. No extra base hits, a couple RBIs. And the 0-1 delivery is hit foul into the screen. Well, Danny, what do you think? Do you like the fact that games are quicker?
Well, that's a very loaded question. There's a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. I don't like having to go to the bathroom or get food at a ball game and already an inning has passed. That's really my problem.
Luan deals an 0-2 outside, 1-2 the count, 2-1, 2 out, nobody on. Bottom of the second, Power leading MLB China 2-0.
I do think it's nice for viewers on TV that the games go a little bit quicker, but when you're at the game, you need that full ballpark experience, and a lot of times you won't get that in a game under 2.5 hours.
Luan out of the stretch, kicks and deals. At the knees for a called strike 3. Nunn not a fan of it. 88 on that heater. I knew Luan put a little extra on it. Second punch out, and he's through 2. 1, 2, 3 go the Power. They still lead 2-0 after 2 full.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Jimmy Welsher finishing his warm-up pitch as we move to the top of the third. 2-0 Power leading MLB China. Wanun Wei, Junwei Shin, and Sun Zwan Han, bottom third of the order, due up for MLB China. Danny and I were continuing our conversation about the pitch clock, which we largely agree, especially as viewers, not as big of the fans of some of the results the clock has yielded, with guys who just get the ball and go with less than 10 seconds. Or, Danny, as you were saying, you get up and go to whether get food or a beer or go to the bathroom, and all of a sudden 2 innings have passed.
Yeah, I don't think that's how a ballpark experience should go for anybody.
First pitch, Welsher to Wanun Wei, taken for a strike. Just 1 hit on the board between both teams, and that came from Jack Paulson in the first. The next delivery at the knees, 0-2 the count. MLB China trying to pick up its first base runner as they find themselves trailing 2-0. Welsher's ready? Nope, maybe not. He stepped off. Went to adjust his hat. The wind has calmed down after just a half inning ago. It really picked up. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's upstairs. I would think the ideal amount of time for a 9-inning Major League game is anywhere between 2 hours 45 minutes and 3 hours 15 minutes. Curveball taken outside. 2.5 hours, unless it's a 1-0 game, that's too quick. Welsher set the 2-2 delivery. A swing and a miss by Wanun Wei. 3 straight punch-outs going back to the second for Welsher, and he's already up to 4.
Well, I'll just give you a quick example of this, whether it's a kid, mostly for the kids to have the full ballpark experience, but when I was in San Francisco about a year ago, I went to visit AT&T Park for the first time, now called Oracle Park.
First pitch, swing and a miss by Junwei Shin.
So it was my first time at that ballpark, and I was with some buddies, and next thing you know, 2 hours have passed, and it's the 8th inning.
And the 0-1 pitch, upstairs 1-1. I would agree. That's not ideally the way it's supposed to be.
And I
either.
leave the ballpark after a couple hours, and I'm like, what? Well, wait a second. I was only there for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's an NBA game.
The NBA games are even longer sometimes.
1-1, a little high, 2-1 the count, 1 away in the top of the third, 2-0 Power. In a way, for me, it almost feels like a relief when there's a mound visit or a guy breaks his bat or even, say, fouls a ball off the catcher's mask and the umpire has to, take a little extra time. The 2-1, swing and a miss by Shin.
Boy, is Welsher really breaking him apart here, this MLB China offense.
Yeah, no hits, no walks, no nothing for China. In the dirt, 3-2. Looked like he tried the breaking ball, came in at 76. China looking for its first base runners. They trail 2-0. 2 unearned runs in the first for the Power. And the 3-2 payoff, swung on and missed. Shin might have gone after ball 4. It was up in the zone. So now 4 consecutive strikeouts and 5 overall for Welsher. And 2 away in the third.
Well, and we were saying in the break, too, Welsher's a quick pitcher, at heart. And I don't mind that. If you're a quick pitcher, you quick pitch. That's what you do. The game will move faster naturally. But if you're forced...
First pitch to Sun Zwan Han in for a strike.
If you're forced to be a quicker pitcher, it just gets in the way of rhythm.
Welsher set. Swung on, hit high in the air to center. It's not deep. Chase Vincent comes trotting in, and he makes the one-handed catch. 9 up, 9 down for Jimmy Welsher. He's making it look easy through 3 on the mound. We'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. Power leading MLB China 2-0.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in-app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for the bottom of the 3rd, on this date, in February 3rd of 1942, there was a special meeting to discuss wartime regulations in Major League Baseball with World War II raging. The owners decided to allow 14 night games for each ball club, with Washington being allowed 21. 2 all-star games were also played, one of them being with a military all-star team. Curfews were set for night games with no inning to start after 12:50 a.m. Top of the order for the Power, Zhao Luan back out for the 3rd after setting down the bottom of the Power lineup 1-2-3 in the 2nd. First one's upstairs to Vincent, who reached on an error by the second baseman Jing Peng Wei, scoring 1 of 2 unearned runs for the Power in the 1st. And that's where we stand, 2-0. Luan is set, goes out of the stretch, and the pitch is on the inside corner. Both starters, Welsher and Luan, doing a really good job hitting the inside part of the plate. The left-handed hitter, Vincent, waving the bat around, slightly open stance from the left side, swings and misses at a heater.
I love that pitch there from Luan. Giving him the high cheese there. See if he goes up there again.
Vincent, who stepped out to reset, is set for the 1-2. Here it is, off the end of the bat, flared out to left shin. It's past his glove, and it gets past him. Vincent around first. He's going to head into second, standing up. We'll see how that one is scored. I don't know if Jung Wei Shin really touched it all that much, and it will go down as a hit. So Vincent will be credited with a double. Second time he's been on base today, and his 6th hit of the winter, and first extra base hit of the season.
Tough play for Shin out there and left. That thing's from the lefty batter. Vincent's bat is tailing towards the line and away from him, just out of reach.
Danny Walsh is always dangerous, and Zhao Luan, who generally works fast, really slowed it down looking for that first sign. Now he's set, looks at the runner once, slide step delivery. Walsh swings off the end of the bat into right. Wan Wei comes sliding in, and he can't get it. The ball trickles past him. Up to 3rd is Vincent. He's going to be held there as the throw comes in to the cutoff man by the mound. So back-to-back doubles puts men on 2nd and 3rd with 1 away by Vincent and Walsh. And the Power up to 3 hits. And MLB China in some trouble. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, as Luan goes to tie his shoe, that MLB China has really struggled at the plate within their 4-game losing streak, already trailing 2-0, and the Power a chance at a big inning.
If the Power can keep hitting it soft enough, you know, that's 2 in a row just out of the reach of the outfielders of MLB China. It's one way to do it.
Jack Paulson, an RBI single his first time up, eventually came around to score. China playing the infield halfway. The corners are in. First pitch is swung on out to third. Vincent coming home. Dwoji Gunji has one play, and it's to first. So Paulson picks up his second RBI of the day. It's now 3-0 Power. Walsh remains at second. Gunja just playing a little too far back. Vincent went on contact. And with the speed from the leadoff man, just not enough time to think of a play at the plate. Brock Rudy, the hitter, bounced out to second, his only at bat. One away, bottom of the third. The Power have just scored, making it a 3-0 game. Luan is set. The shortstop, Han, doing some dancing behind the runner, Walsh. The first pitch, check swing and no swing, says the third base umpire, Brendan Boucher. 1-0 the count to Rudy, who comes in hitting .412, or came in hitting .412 initially. The double and a couple RBIs. Luan set to go, and a check on the runner, a back pick. The ball goes into center field. Past Soon Swan Han, bobbled by the center fielder Chung, and up to third is Walsh. Third error with one out in the third for MLB China. Very uncharacteristic.
Yeah, man, these last two games, the defense of China has been rough, and before that, they were on the money, Evan.
They were, whether it's web gems, whether it's the fundamentals. So with the count 1-0 and one away, MLB China bringing the infield all the way in. Walsh at third. Luan deals the 1-0, swung on and popped foul out of play towards the parking lot. You agree with playing the infield in at this point, Danny?
Absolutely. I think with one out, you're already down 3. 4 can be a lot worse than 3, especially how quickly this game is moving.
Luan, who's been working out the stretch exclusively, set with the glove at the belt. With a runner on third, one away. The next pitch is way upstairs. The catcher, Jay, had to spear that ball up and above his head. Time is called. Here comes the manager, Ray Cheng, trotting out to the mound. There is action in the Chinese bullpen. The player's wearing a sweatshirt, so can't tell who it is. Likely just to stall for a second. Well, as the meeting with Chang concludes, Jay opting to stick around it there for a second. To keep up to date with everything California Winter League, follow us on social media. Find us on Facebook and Instagram at California Winter League and on Twitter at Cal Winter League, or visit our website at californiawinterleague.com. So the meeting concludes. Everyone resets. 3-0 Power, one away in the third. Walsh at third. The infield in for China. Luan's next pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs again. 3-1 to Rudy. Well, the flags in center not moving at all. The bullpen flags in left are going a little bit. As time is called at the plate, Rudy needs to readjust his shin guard. Outfield also not playing very deep on Rudy, who is a strong guy, has a little bit of pop. Luan set to go. He kicks and deals the 3-1. In the dirt, it kicks to the left of Jay, and Walsh will stay at third. So Rudy will take his base. The first walk issued by Zhao Luan, and the second man he's walked all season. And this being his 8th inning of work combined. Joseph Bonaris III will be the hitter. Reached on an error by the third baseman, Dwoji Gunja, and that led to the second power run in the first. Power leading 3-0. Trying to move above 500 as they come in 3-1. First pitch right off the ribs of Bonaris. So he goes out, retrieves the baseball, underhands it to Luan, who he barehands it himself, and then throws it back towards the Power dugout in frustration. So a walk and then a hit batter. The bases are loaded with one away. The Power a chance to bust it open. Leading 3-0, Nick Knoll, the hitter. Well, so the middle infielders can play at double play depth. Nowhere to put Knoll, who struck out in the first. Luan out of the stretch. Slide step delivery. A sharp breaking pitch in for a strike. Came in at 81, and it broke 5 inches over the plate. Luan would love a strikeout. The reliever continues to loosen in the China bullpen. Tries a similar breaking pitch, but it's outside. Bonaris at first, Rudy at second, Walsh at third. Vincent and Walsh led off the inning with back-to-back doubles to plate once. 3-0 Power. Luan ready with a deep breath. And he deals the 1-1. Hit sharply past the diving Dwoji Gunja down the third baseline. 2 runs are going to come across. The ball gets away from shin and left. Bonaris is being waved home. He's going to score standing up. Into second is Nick Knoll. We'll see how it's scored, but Nick Knoll has cleared the bases. 4 runs have scored in the inning for the Power, and they lead 6-0 in the third.
A really good piece of hitting there by Knoll, taking advantage of the ball that was left over the plate on the inside corner. And a beautiful, beautiful job by the base runners, recognizing that ball got away in the corner from Shin.
Also, looks like 2 RBIs are going to be credited to Knoll, and he will be awarded a double. The Bonaris run scored with the error. First pitch to Gomia is upstairs. Boy, that ball was hit hard by Knoll. That's the kind of hit the Power needed, who have played a lot of close games. 1-0 the count. Luan deals in the dirt, speared by Jay. Count moves to 2-0. Looks like that's Soonja Chi, the right-hander, loosening in the MLB China bullpen. Luan is set. The second baseman, Pong Wei, clapping his glove a couple times, trying to keep Knoll close. And the pitch is a swing and a miss by Gomia. 2-1 the count. The Canyons perfectly in view, looking to the outfield at Palm Springs Stadium. And some snow on the caps. The Canyons behind us. Luan checks the runner once. MLB China trailing 6-0 as Zhao Luan steps off. There's a second guy up in the MLB China bullpen. That's Linza Chung, who just started throwing. Luan set to go. He has his sign. And a snap throw back to second. It comes in on one hop, but off the glove of Pong Wei, who kept it around him. And a balk is going to be called. So Knoll will go up to third.
No, I think he actually caught it at. I think Pong Wei caught it at second.
Knoll was called out. I assumed he just made it in on his own. So 2 away in the third as the next pitch is outside. So hopefully that could help MLB China a bit.
Yeah, huge second out for Luan there.
It's an unbelievable play by Jing Pong Wing to get that in between one hopper. Gomia awaits the 3-1. With 2 outs and nobody on, he swings and misses, and it kicked off the glove of Lu Wen-Jie to his right. Both relievers continue to loosen for MLB China. And Jimmy Welsher staked to a 6-0 lead, who has not allowed a base runner to MLB China. Luan stares in on the far third base side. Right on right the matchup. The 3-2 with 2 away is fouled into the screen. Starting to warm up a bit. I might have to take my coat off with the breeze dying down. Good crowd at Palm Springs Stadium for this second game of the day. Luan set his next 3-2. Breaking pitch right down the chute. Gomia knew it. It's the third punch out for Luan on the mound, but the damage is done. 4 runs come across for Palm Springs in the third. Vincent and Walsh got it started with doubles of their own. The big blow from Nick Knoll, who cleared the bases with a double of his own. We'll head to the top of the fourth. The Power leading 6-0. Set for the top of the fourth, I'm Evan Schmeiser, joined by Danny Maha. Top of the order for MLB China. Welsher back on the mound after retiring the side in order of the first 3. First pitch to Wong Pung Chung, called high? Looked like the box said it was a good pitch. So 1-0 the count to Chung, who grounded out to third. In the dirt, 2-0. The Power leading 6-0. Danny, you mentioned going to Oracle Park in San Francisco a couple innings ago. I've been to my fair share. I have not been there yet. Was it beautiful?
Oh, it sure was.
In for a strike, 2-1 the count.
It was last year Easter weekend, so it was still chilly in San Francisco, but that day it was a nice 75.
The 2-1 misses upstairs, 3-1 the count.
It was one of those days where it's cool and you're wearing a jacket and then sun comes out and you get too hot, so you got to keep taking off and on layers, but it was beautiful. Really great ballpark. I've always wanted to go there.
Welsher deals a 3-1, misses upstairs. First base runner of the day for China, and it's a leadoff walk for Wong Pung Chung in the fourth. Power leading 6-0.
So I've been to my fair share of ballparks as well, but what would be one that you would want to go to the most if you could choose that you haven't been to?
So
or your favorite one that you have?
Yeah, well, there's something nostalgic about going to the old Yankee Stadium. Granted, I might have been 5 at the time, but still enough memory to really get the idea of it. Lou N.J., the hitter, throw over the first. Chung goes in standing up. I want to say I've been to 10 to 12 ballparks. I'd have to count it up. Oh, that's a good question. I have not been to Fenway or Wrigley yet. That pitch has popped up left side of the infield. Paneris made the call. Now it's the third baseman Paulson who makes the squeeze, coming into the infield grass. 1 out in the top of the fourth. Power leading MLB China 6-0. He Shin will be the hitter. So I went to Dodger Stadium 2 summers ago for the All-Star game. The game itself wasn't really any good, but great experience nonetheless. I'm a Phillies fan, so going to Citizens Bank Park is always cool. First pitch taken for a strike by Shin. Oh, that's a good question. I've not been to Oracle Park either. Probably Dodger Stadium's the most beautiful experience I had, as the next pitch is in the dirt, blocked by none.
Well, there's actually a few that I've been to for a game and a few that I've been to and just kind of looked around outside. So I've been to the old Texas Rangers Globe Life Park in Arlington. That is a beautiful ballpark.
It looked like it. Next offering is bounced out to third. Gloved by Paulson. He has one play to first. Up to second goes Chung. Just too slowly hit to try and turn two. Power leading MLB China 6-0. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Welsher has not allowed a hit yet. Zhao Luan, who was the starting pitcher, well, at the moment he remains in the game. As time is called, Nunn was going to run out to the mound, and then he backpedaled back towards the plate. I guess Welsher waved him off. So Wrigley, Fenway, and Oracle Park are 3 on my list that are top priority. The first pitch is a curveball, called a strike.
Well, out of those 3, I've never been to Fenway, or I have been to Oracle, but never been to Fenway. Wrigley Field I've been to hundreds of times, and that is, in my opinion, the most beautiful place on earth.
Next one is fouled away to the left side over the concession stands. And there's a lot of history, of course, to Wrigley. Have you been to Yankee Stadium?
Neither. I haven't been to either of those or Fenway.
It's a very good experience. Even seeing the subway out past the right field bleachers is cool. Next one is popped up, short left field. Zach Gomia comes trotting in. He settles under it and puts it away. So MLB China gets his first base runner, but no damage for Welsher to worry about. He goes the first 4 shutout innings. So we head to the bottom of the fourth. The Power leading 6-0.
Think of the highest quality you can imagine. Now, think higher.
So, I just got the State Farm Personal Price Plan on my car insurance.
So you told your agent you play the bagpipes for your dog?
What? No, I didn't get that personal. My agent just helped me create an affordable price just for me. Okay, let me show you what I've been working on. Hey, Buster!
Prices vary by state. Options selected by customer. Availability and eligibility may vary.
A little bit of a longer break as we go to the bottom of the fourth. They did the race around the bases on the field just now. And a new pitcher needs to finish his warm-ups for MLB China. Seung-Ja Chi will take over on the mound, the 5'11", 185-pound right-hander. Will take over for Zhao Luan, who went the first 4 innings, allowing 6 runs on 4 hits and some bad luck behind him. 3 errors committed by MLB China. 8-9-1 coming up for the Power. Chernesky, Nunn, and Vinson. Power leading 6-0. And the first pitch is swung on and rocketed in the right center field. Bud getting over and making the play is Wong Peng Chung. So a loud first out. Thought just for a second Chernesky would have his first hit of the season. 1 away in the 4th, and it brings up Matthew Nunn, who struck out his only at-bat.
Chernesky's been struggling so far. He's been struggling to really even make contact, but past couple games he's been being able to see the ball better, and that one was a nice piece.
That was a very good swing. Took a little off of it. First pitch to Nunn is in the dirt. 1-0 the count. And so, Danny, I forgot about this initially, but both of us have been to Petco Park in San Diego, and it seems like out of the ones we've been to, obviously, you know, for you to be a second place to Wrigley Field, 1-1 the count on a fastball, that San Diego might be the most beautiful overall setup.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I think since
okay.
I've been to Oracle, I think that's probably, that I've been to, the second most beautiful.
In the dirt, 2-1 the count. Oracle, you're talking about the old Texas Rangers ballpark.
No, Oracle, the Giants.
Oh, right, the
in
Giants.
San Francisco.
Right, the Giants.
But the most recent ballpark for the Rangers before they built the new one, that one's awesome.
That's lifted in the short left field. Junwei Shane comes sprinting in and makes the call and the catch, calling off the shortstop. So 2 up, 2 down in the 4th, and it brings up Chase Vinson.
Well, this is just what MLB China needed. A couple quick outs, and with the new pitcher in Chi, trying to get their bats back out there and start eating away at this lead.
Vinson, who doubled and scored his last time up, scored a couple runs today, takes a pitch outside. Seung-Ja Chi will likely be in the cleanup spot since Zhao Luan was in the lineup to start the game. Yeah, you showed me some pictures of the old Globe Life field, talking about how it looked like a castle from the outside. In the dirt, 2-0 to Vinson.
Everything's bigger in Texas, Evan.
It sure is. I lived there for a minute, and it really is. Yeah, I got to get to Oracle Park. I love the San Diego setup. Outside 3-0. Power leading MLB China 6-0, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. Yeah, I enjoyed Dodger Stadium, but it's tough to get in and out there. That traffic is tough. The 3-0 pitch is in the dirt, a 4-pitch walk for Vinson. He's been on base all 3 times. Danny Walsh will be the hitter.
With the pitch clock we were talking about earlier, you know, in a place like Dodger Stadium, that's not easy to get in and out of.
Yeah.
Like, you could be spending more time getting in and out of there than being at the game.
Honestly, because I was lucky when I went for the All-Star game a couple of years ago. This would have been the last season before the pitch clock. I got in there pretty easily. I was surprised, but getting out, that took an hour. And honestly, with games only being 2.5 hours, that could dissuade me. First pitch in the dirt to Walsh, blocked nicely by Jay. That could dissuade me from a environment like that. Unless I had a really good reason for wanting to go. Especially now, like I've been there, I saw the All-Star game, like okay, if my Phillies aren't playing, I have less of a reason to go. Vincent goes on the pitch, taken for a strike. Throw by Jay is late. Ended up being a pretty easy stolen base for Vincent.
Oh, another ballpark I'd really love to go visit on the bucket list would be the Pirates, PNC Park.
I've heard great
That
things
looks
about
awesome,
that.
right on the river. And I have been to Cincinnati at the Great American Ballpark. That place is surprisingly
Pitches
beautiful.
in the dirt. Up to third goes Vincent. He slides in feet first ahead of the throw. Chase Vincent, who picked up his 5th stolen base of or now 6th stolen base of the winter and 2nd of the day just a moment ago. So he's on 3rd with 2 away. The Power leading 6-0. Walsh at the plate. Yeah, even just looking on TV, well, of course, right on the Allegheny River, PNC does seem fantastic. I have to get to one out there. Never actually been to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, me neither.
Brian asked me about Camden Yards. Next pitch is a little inside. I've been to Camden Yards to see a Yankee game. My dad and brother are big Yankee fans, and, well, they were kind of a second team of mine. I always loved watching Derek Jeter. Camden Yards has its charm, especially the abandoned warehouse in right. I do like seeing that. The 3-1 from Soonja Chi is a strike on the outer half, 3-2 to Walsh. I don't feel the need to go back to Camden Yards unless I'm going there for work or something like that.
Yeah, my goal would be to visit all 30 before the end of the road.
Yeah, I've been to Tropicana, not as much to write home about. In the dirt, ball 4 to Walsh. I actually went to Tropicana, my high school baseball team, right around Easter break, whenever that is. Always goes to the Tampa area to play a few games.
Wow.
And
really?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Wow, you're a lucky guy, Evan.
I enjoyed it. Well, I only went once. I eventually started running track. I went my sophomore year, and it went very well. I did some runs out on the beach. It's a good bonding experience, and I got to see the Rays play the Yankees and Jeter get 2 doubles. First pitch misses low to Paulson. 1st and 3rd, 2 away. The Power leading 6-0, bottom of the 4th.
I think my high school team, there were talks about going to Myrtle Beach or somewhere warmer because we would be in the gym practicing until mid-April.
Pitch is upstairs, 2-0. Snap throw to 3rd. Vincent goes in standing up ahead of the tag. Daniel, this reminds me of a story that I think is just hilarious about when I was playing in the Tampa area with my high school team. Soonja Chi, first inning of relief. Pitch swung on, hit towards the hole, and it's under the glove of the shortstop Han into left field. Vincent crosses the plate. It's now 7-0 Power. Walsh up to 2nd. It sounds like it'll go down as an error. Yes, indeed it will. So the 4th error of the day for MLB China. So here's where the story starts. I was playing second base for the JV team my sophomore year, and there was a hit and run on by the other team. We were playing this team from Virginia that was very good. As Rudy awaits the first pitch, which is outside. And I was going to cover second. The ball was hit back to my left, so I was going to change directions. And I felt a little twinge in my left groin, or my left adductor. So I knew I hurt myself as Chi steps off. And I played a couple more innings. One more inning. I did not have an at-bat after that. I was just really hurting. Inside 2-0 the count. Eventually, I told my coach I needed to come out of the game. And it's something, especially then, I never did that. Power leading 7-0, 2 outs, bottom of the 4th. A run is already scored, an unearned run at that. Chi's next offering is rolled slowly foul up the first base line. And we happened to play 2 games that day. And we had a couple varsity guys come over. I started the game on the bench, and our varsity coach was actually doing the assistant coach for that game. The varsity guys weren't playing, and we were just beating up on this next team that we played. The 2-1 pitch to Rudy is lifted foul out of play to the left, 2-2 the count. And so he goes, hey, Schmize, you wanna go hit? And I'm going, well, it still kind of hurts, but the varsity coach asked if I wanted to hit. You don't say no to that. So I picked up a bat and went to hit. And lo and behold, I got a hit. As the breaking pitch is fouled out of play to the left side. Now, was not a surprising thing that I got a hit. I could hit in my day. Believe that, ladies and gentlemen. I did not stop playing baseball because I couldn't play.
I guess we'll never know, Evan.
No, that's true at this point. But the problem was I hit the ball over the center fielder's head, and the varsity coach was pointing me to second. Try to stretch a single into a double with a tweaked groin is not a good idea. The 2-2 is lifted into left center field. Junwei Shin comes in, and he makes the catch. That retires the side in the fourth. The Power add another unearned run. They lead MLB China 7-0 through 4. When we return, I'll finish the story about trying to leg out a double with my messed up groin.
We just got our best ever ratings from U.S. News and World Report. We're the #1 hospital in Riverside and San Bernardino counties. High performing in 17 common procedures from joint replacements to heart attack care. And for the first time, national ranking as high performing in 3 adult specialties. We're proud of these ratings, but what matters most, as always, is how we rate with you. Learn more at eisenhowerhealth.org/awards.
Try our big, beautiful all-day menu with more than 70 delicious dishes and our award-winning 3-course brunch for only $27.99. At Palm Springs' most popular restaurant, there's always a party at Lulu.
Top of the 5th at Palm Springs Stadium, the Power leading MLB China 7-0. Duoji Gunja, Jing Peng Wei, Wan Un Wei will be the scheduled hitters. Welsher back out for his 5th inning of work, has not allowed a hit. Now let's see, where was I in my last story? Oh yes, tweaked my groin, sat out the rest of the game and most of the next game. Varsity coach asked me if I wanted to go hit, and I get a hit the ball over center fielder's head, and I go to leg out the double because the varsity coach was pointing me to second. As Gunja awaits his first pitch from Welsher, and he takes a breaking ball in for a strike. And so, of course, I'm heading to second, and I'm going, this is not good. I'm running about maybe 75% effort. 0-2 the count, and thank God I got in standing up. I didn't have to truly bust it to get into second base. And I was still all right. I wasn't in any more pain than I was before. The 0-2 is off the hands, fouled back and out of play to our left. As a lady tries to make a catch. Oh, she did make the catch with her hat. Look at that. She took her hat off, stuck it out to catch the ball. She dropped her hat, but the ball remained in her hat. Nice round of applause for her.
We're going to call that a catch, Evan.
That sure was a catch. If you can take your glove off and throw it to first to get an out, then that is a catch. So I'm on second base at this point. Then I take third on a wild pitch. Unfortunately, it was out of play again. Count remains 0-2 to Gunja. Fortunately, there was a lot of room at the backstop of this Florida field, so I didn't have to run that hard. And the inning finally ended. And then I played first the rest of the game. But it worked out. I got a hit from my varsity coach. In there for a called strike 3 on a breaking ball. Gunja goes down looking, 1 away in the 5th.
Well, already the
pinch hitter coming up for MLB China. Linza Chung will bat in the 6th spot for Jing Peng Wei. First pitch swinging, fouls it out of play to the right side. Look out by the athletic trainer's tent.
already 6 Ks for Welsher here so far. He's really mowing them down.
As Welsher set, left on right the matchup. Humongous swing and a miss by Chung. 0-2 the count. Well, Danny, that's where the story ended. Fortunately, it didn't take long for me to recover. I was a little upset, though. I had to stop going out for my runs on the beach for about a week. Slow roller up the third base line, just foul. Paulson waited back on it, and it just went foul past the third base bag.
Well, that had to be a tough feeling when you're out there in Florida. You know, at this point, it's probably cold back in Ocean City where you're from. That's got to be tough to get an injury when you're out there to play ball in the Florida sun.
Yeah, it was tough. I made the best of it. I played first the next day for our final game. Didn't have to do a whole lot, fortunately. Check swing on the next pitch. Check down the first. And yes, says the first base umpire, Jeremy Gaskin. 7 strikeouts and 2 outs in the 5th for Welsher. Now, that next game, I was okay, running about 60% efforts up the line, and I recovered all right. But for that one day, it was, for me at least, a bit wild. So Wan Un-wei, the hitter, power leading MLB China 7-0. First pitch swinging off the end of the bat. The center field, Vincent started back. Now he comes in. Ball hung up there nicely for him to put it away. Jimmy Welsher, 5 shutout innings, has not surrendered a hit. Welsher has been on fire. All power right now as they lead 7-0 going to the bottom of the 5th.
Desert Air started right here in the Coachella Valley in 1954, and we've been welcoming customers to our family ever since. With nearly 70 years of proven trust, dependability, and experience, we've got the AC and heating expertise to help you all year round. Plus, our factory-trained technicians provide well-informed maintenance, repairs, and installation, so you get our industry-best products with industry-best service. Contact our family at Desert Air. We'll make sure you live comfortably, always.
Hey Power Baseball fans, looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
Bottom of the 5th on the California Winter League YouTube. Power leading MLB China 7-0. Sung-ja Chi will work his 2nd inning out of the bullpen. So the pinch hitter last inning, Lin-Za Chung, stays in the game to play 2nd, and a new catcher, Wang Ming-shi, takes over for Lu Wen-jae. Right on right the matchup, Joseph Bonaris III takes a strike.
There's some chatter in the MLB China dugout here, trying to get some sort of momentum.
Next pitch is a curveball and a good one in for a strike. And look, the MLB China team, regardless of the score, they've been in every game at the top of the railing. All of their guys, whether they're in the lineup or on the bench at a given moment. And other than today, they've been in every game and have really made the most of it. Fouled out a play to the right. And especially a team loaded with 16, 17, and 18-year-olds for the most part. And how about this effort from the power and Stan Clyburn's return? Leading 7-0, the 0-2 to Bonaris is in the dirt. That was one of my injury stories. Probably the most bizarre of the bunch. There are a couple other ones. The 1-2 pitch is fouled at the plate off of the shin guard of Wang Ming-shi. You played through your share of injuries during your days, Danny?
I was just going to say, Evan, my junior and senior years of varsity ball in high school, I had a couple injuries.
And the 1-2 pitch is a curveball that's hit just foul down the third base line on the ground.
So the first injury, I think I was on first base. The bases were loaded. We were playing our arch rival, the town over, Hinsdale Central. And I was coming around third base, chugging it as hard as I could. Because, in this game, it's different. It's your rival, and
Sure.
we have a big rival. We're the biggest rivals in our conference for, 50 years, all the years that we've been in the same conference.
Soonja Chi, the 1-2. Off-balance swing, fouled by Bonaris.
So I'm coming around third, and about halfway there, my hamstring completely pulls, and it honestly, thinking back on it, it might have been a slight tear.
So did you score? Next pitch from Soonja Chi is at the knees for a called strike 3. Bonaris not a fan of the call. He's down looking. 1 away in the bottom of the 5th. The Power leading 7-0.
So I did score easily, but about halfway down the line, once my hamstring was pulled, if you've pulled a hamstring before, you know that your brakes don't work. You can't put, so my buddy, my teammate is waiting for me.
First pitch to Nick Knoll is swung on and missed. Knoll with a 2-run double in the 3rd ended up clearing the bases.
So my teammate's waiting for me at the plate with both of his hands up waiting for the high five, and I couldn't put on the brakes going basically full speed.
Outside 1-1.
And I ran straight into him, and we both toppled over.
Oh, wow.
So that was kind of funny, but I ended up only telling my assistant coach that my leg was hurt.
Knoll check swing and the breaking pitch. Did it go around? Yes, says Jeremy Gaskin at first. 1-2 the count. So did you exit that game?
Nope. I ended up playing the rest of the season with a possible torn, at least pulled hamstring with a big wrap around my thigh.
Chi out of the stretch, misses up and in with a fastball. So, you were an outfielder, if I remember correctly?
No, I was third base. So it wasn't tough on defense, but, I'm hoping a double in the gap is a stand-up double.
Yeah. The 2-2 is on the outside corner for a called strike 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Chi. Zach Gamia will be the hitter with 2 outs in the 5th. Power on top 7-0 over MLB China. So
I basically played.
How many days off did you have between those 2 games?
None. I never sat out a game after that because, remember, I only told my assistant coach. I didn't want my head coach to know.
It swung on and looped down the right field line. And that ball's going to drop in between the second baseman and right fielder. Up to second goes Gomia on a bloop double. 5th hit of the day for the Power. Looks like several new players are out there. New right fielder for sure. We'll get his name in a second. Looks like it's Lou Joshua. That's the 14-year-old on this MLB China roster. First time I've seen him at the stadium get any action. Like, how do you run? Sounds like you pulled it pretty bad and possibly tore it.
It was
How
bad.
did you run the bases?
I would obviously be not at 100%. And, ground balls, I wouldn't run hard to first. Probably not a good idea to not tell your head coach about it, but I didn't feel comfortable telling him or really anybody besides my assistant coach who had been there for 20-plus years.
Chernesky rockets it foul down the left field line into the bullpen. Luke Chernesky, who lined out to center sharply, and seen some real good swings from Luke. Power still leading 7-0 with Gomia at second after the bloop double. Next pitch from Chi is in the dirt.
Yeah, so I would play the rest of the season.
Yeah.
And with my thigh wrapped up, and luckily by the time playoffs came around, I wasn't 100%, but I would say I was about 80, 85.
Chernesky swings and lifts it high in the air to right. Lou Joshua started back. Now he comes in, he dives, and he can't get it. It's a fair ball. Gomia scores. Chernesky's on his way to third as the ball rattles around in the infield. Luke Chernesky goes head first in the third. For now, definitely his first hit of the season. We'll see if it's a double or a triple. And an RBI.
I would call it a triple.
And it will go down as a triple for Luke Chernesky. He is on the board, his first hit of the season, and the Power lead 8-0.
Well, what a way to get your first hit. It doesn't have to be pretty. Just to pop up into shallow right, but no man's land. That'll be a hit every day of the week.
First pitch to Matthew Nunn is a swing and a miss. So eventually your head coach did know that you were at least banged up, obviously getting it wrapped up. Oh, he never knew.
Never knew.
Only the athletic training your assistant coach knew.
No, just the assistant coach.
The 0-1 is a strike on the outer half. So who would wrap your leg up then?
Myself.
Oh, you would wrap it
I
up.
would do it before I got into the locker room every day.
So did your coach get on your case for not hustling on ground balls? The 0-2 pitch from Chi is a little outside, 1-2. 8-0 Power with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Chernesky at third after tripling home Gomia.
Well, not to sound like that guy, but there wasn't any reason for my head coach to be frustrated about that.
I understand.
That's about the nicest way I could put it without sounding like a, you know.
Yeah, oh, yes, we all understand that. So 1-2 the count. Chi's next delivery is fouled towards the power hitters, and somebody there does a nice soccer kick on it and punches the ball up in the air. That is, oh, looking at the wrong thing. Who was that for the power? That was Fu-Wan Zhang. Multi-sport athlete. Next pitch is upstairs, 2-2. And it didn't really affect you making plays at third.
No, I mean, the really big thing is adrenaline, and I'll talk about it in my senior year story in a minute here. It's all adrenaline.
The 3-2 pitch is hit back towards the middle on the ground. Down to a knee goes Linza Chung. He tosses the first. That retires the side. The Power score another run. They've scored in each of the past 3 innings. They lead 8-0. Luke Chernesky with the blow. A bloop RBI triple, his first hit of the season. We'll head to the top of the 6th. Power in control, leading 8-0.
Elmer's Restaurants. Welcome to the family.
Whether you're building, landscaping, renovating, refreshing, or simply researching, rent the right size tools for your size jobs. In store, online, or in app at Sunbelt Rentals, where tools rule.
As we head to the top of the 6th inning, Jimmy Welsher will get back to work, sitting on an 8-0 lead. Visit Palm Springs Stadium this winter and take advantage of Margarita Monday, brought to you by Luxury Pools Design and Construction with discounted ballpark margaritas. 2 for Tuesdays with 2 tickets for the price of 1, along with Locals Wednesdays for Coachella Valley residents and out-of-towner Thursdays for out-of-town U.S. residents, both with $5 admission. Come catch winter baseball and cash in on great deals. Visit CaliforniaWinterly.com for more information and the stadium box office for tickets. First pitch taken outside by Junwei Shin. Soon-Swan Han on deck, and then the top of the order. Next pitch, the breaking ball in for a strike, 1-1. Well, the Power in a great spot to move to 4-3-1. China barring something drastic as it's rolled towards hole on the left side. Diving stop. Steps throws by Paulson in time. Jack Paulson takes away a sure base hit, diving to his left, getting up and firing across, getting Junwei Shin by half a step. And that keeps alive the no-hitter for Jimmy Welsher, who's 5 outs away. Soon-Swan Han, the hitter, takes low. The outcome likely decided at this point with the Power leading 8-0. Welsher, I would think, is trying to go the distance. And the next pitch is a little inside. Good crowd at Palm Springs Stadium. Nobody up in the Power bullpen. Welsher stares in. Now he comes set. Han, who flew out to center his only time up, swings and misses at a heater up in the zone. 2-1 the count. Last pitch came in at 77. Out of the stretch is Welsher. Breaking ball and a called strike. 63 on that curve. 2-2 with 1 out. Next pitch from Welsher is back to the box. Gloved easily by Jimmy. He jogs halfway to first. Underhand toss to Knoll. 2 up, 2 down in the 6th. The only base runner that Welsher has allowed was a walk in the 4th to Wong Pung Chung. And Chung will bat.
Well, there is action in the Power bullpen, but you have to think, as quick as this inning's going, Welsher would want to finish it out.
Yeah, that guy must have just gotten started as a first pitch curveball misses high. It was close. 1-0 the count, the Power leading 8-0. Welsher is not allowed to hit as that one is through the hole on the left side and in for a base hit. Chung is aboard with 2 outs in the 6th and the first hit of the day for MLB China. Well, my partners up in the booth, especially Brian and Jesse, are very upset with me, but I have to tell people what's going on. He was 4 outs away from a no-hitter and had not allowed to hit. So Wong Ming-Shi, the hitter, his first time up, fouls it at the plate. Well, Danny, you said you had another injury story.
Yeah, so that one, the hamstring was the junior year. And then senior year was the shoulder.
So the next pitch is swung on and missed. Good changeup down and away.
And this one is the most bizarre. I never really got injured, never broken a bone. You know, just minor injuries, sprained ankle, pulled hamstring.
The 0-2 from Shi is trickled up the first base line, foul.
But this time, one day, I don't know what happened, but my right shoulder just kind of deadened on me, and it would hurt, you know, excruciatingly.
The 0-2 fouled back again. Good at bat from Shi.
Like every time I would throw, even playing catch before the game, and I was playing third, so I had to make the long throw.
Yep.
My shoulder just in so much pain.
The 0-2 again is looped up the middle. That's in for a base hit. Chung takes a big turnaround second, trying to get back in the second. Throw behind him by Vincent, not in time. So back-to-back hits for MLB China. First and second, 2 away in the 6th. Still trailing 8-0. As time is called, here comes the manager, Stan Clyburn. He already signals for the bullpen. There's 2 guys throwing up there. So the day is done for Jimmy Welsher. After allowing back-to-back hits, they're going to bring the whole infield in to talk about things for just a second. Looks like there's going to be a pinch hitter up for MLB China, too. That's Arnold Wu. So Welsher now exits. Clyburn takes the ball. Bonarise egging the crowd on. A rousing round of applause for the Palm Springs Stadium faithful. After going 5 2/3 no-hit innings, Welsher exits. Both runners are his responsibility with a shutout intact. Power leading 8-0. And as the new pitcher gets warmed up, I think we'll keep it right here. I want to hear this story, Danny, about your shoulder.
So the shoulder was, like I said, completely, every time I threw, it was in pain. I didn't know what to do. I went to get an x-ray. I went to the physical therapy place. They couldn't find a single thing wrong with my shoulder. So I continued to play the season, and the thing was, every time I got to play at third, the pain goes away because of the adrenaline. It was the most bizarre injury that I could have ever thought I had, and it really made me understand how much adrenaline can take into a game.
Makes a big difference.
Every in-game grounder to me, which wasn't a lot because our top 3 rotation were all throwing low to mid 90s. So I wouldn't get the ball much, but when I did, the adrenaline would take over and my shoulder would be perfectly fine. But next inning comes, warm-up throws from the first baseman while the pitcher's warming up, that it would just completely shoot pain throughout my shoulder, and I never knew what happened. I never, even in the playoffs, that like with the hamstring kind of healed, went away, but in the playoffs, my shoulder was still hurting real bad, but luckily the adrenaline would kick in during the game, and it was never a problem in game. And the hitting was fine at that point, too. My leg was all good, so I could run.
And so it never hurt to swing the bat with your shoulder?
No, it was just a throwing problem, and never figured out what it was.
So to get everyone caught up, Jimmy Welsher exits after 5 2/3. Arnold Wu will be the pinch hitter, and Yu-Da Shui the new pitcher. His 4th game, he's gone 6 innings, 4.66 ERA, 4 strikeouts. Keep an eye on the 9 walks. He delivers a first pitch strike to the pinch hitter Wu, hitting in the 3 spot. Power leading 8-0. Welsher had a no-hit bid snapped with 2 outs, well, just a couple batters ago. Right on right the matchup. The tall right-hander dealing to Wu. And they never figured out, Danny, as that pitch is a little high, they never figured out what was wrong with your shoulder.
No, it was hard to understand because of how much pain that I was in when I threw the ball not in game. And they couldn't find anything wrong with it.
So 1-1 the count. Next pitch from Shui is in the dirt, blocked by none. And so I assume your career was done after that season. If I remember correctly, you did not play in college.
I played club baseball at
Gotcha.
Arizona State, so I still played competitively.
How was the shoulder then?
Well, it was fine because it had been so long where I didn't throw.
And I'm going to assume your coach did not know about this shoulder.
Nope, none of the coaches did.
Back toward the box, off the knee of the pitcher Shui. It kicks into the foul territory by the first base side. Knoll picks it up. So an infield hit for Wu. Time is called. And Yu-Da Shui, he's limping around a little bit. Hopefully he just needs to walk it off. You hope at least. Well, it was 94 miles per hour off the bat. One of the athletic trainers, that looks like Kevin, is trotting out to take a look at Shui. The Chinese athletic trainer is also out there, yeah, and that's going to be it for Yu-Da Shui. Precautionary measure, you hope. He's using both of his legs. Assistance from both Kevin and the Chinese assistant athletic trainer now. And as he walks off, so they'll check him out. And again, hopefully everything is okay. So we're going to step aside for just a moment. A new pitcher for the Power will warm up, and I would assume he'll have as long as he needs to get up and throwing. Looks like that's Fu Wan Jiang. So we'll step aside. We'll be right back on the CWL YouTube. So just to get everyone caught up, Fu Wan Jiang takes over on the mound. He was loosening for a bit in the bullpen, so didn't need quite as long. He's in for the injured Yu Da Shui, who faced one hitter, the pinch hitter Arnold Wu, who ended up lining a ball off the knee of Shui, who walked off mostly under his own power with some assistance. First pitch is a little inside. So 1-0 the count to Sung-Ja Chi in the cleanup spot. So China with 3 consecutive hits trailing 8-0, and that one's hit foul by the China dugout. Look out over there. If we get any updates on Shui, we'll pass them along. For now, getting checked down, the athletic trainer sending you hope, just a bruise. The 1-1 pitch out of the stretch, foul tipped into the glove of Nunn. So Chung at third, Shi at second, Wu at first. A base hit would likely score 2 for China, who trails 8-0 in the top of the 6th. That's line just foul down the first base line. Close, very close to putting China on the board. Still trailing 8-0. And Jiang at this point trying to record the final 4 outs for the power and finish this thing off.
Man, I wish we had a camera down the line just to see how close that came to coming over the bag.
So Jiang working out the stretch with the bases loaded. Comes set, 1-2 the count to Sung-Ja Chi. Hesitation on the leg kick, and he deals a breaking ball on the inside corner. Chi knew it. He walks off. So 3 straight 2-out hits load the bases for MLB China, not able to cash in. No hit bid done for Jimmy Welsher. He's the story of today. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. The Power leading 8-0.
Outdoor living in the Coachella Valley is spectacular, and Tessera is the premier builder of outdoor living spaces in the desert. Nobody does it better than Tessera. From one end of this valley to the other, from Palm Springs to Rancho Mirage, Palm Desert, to Indio and La Quinta. For 35 years, we've created the ultimate in outdoor living, landscaping, pools, and patios, so you and your family can enjoy each other. Live well. Live Tessera.
Hey, Power Baseball fans. Looking to hit a home run against pests in your home? Rudy's Pest Control is your winning choice. Rudy's Flex 80/90 Pest Control Plan offers effective and affordable protection with just 5 visits a year instead of the usual 12, so you'll have more time to do what you love. Visit rudyspest.com or call 760-746-PEST and declare, heck no, 12's gotta go. Rudy's Pest Control is your home run choice, so get started today.
So we have a couple changes. Linza Chung takes over on the mound for Sung-Ja Chi, who went the last 2 innings in relief. Bottom of the 6th, the Power leading MLB China 8-0. Jimmy Kramer will come off the bench. He'll hit in the leadoff spot for Chase Vinson. So right on right the matchup, 8 runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Power, no runs, 3 hits, 4 errors for MLB China. The first pitch from Linza Chung's taken upstairs, who moved in from second base to pitch. Upstairs to Jimmy Kramer. Comes in 2 for 11 out of Glendale, California. Out of the stretch, the 1-0. Off the end of the bat on a couple hops. Staying down is the new second baseman, who fires over the first, one away. We're going to have another pinch hitter, ladies and gentlemen. That'll be Christopher Guzman hitting for Danny Walsh. Guzman, the 5'11", 190-pounder. Open stance, significantly open stance in the right-handed batter's box. Swings and lines that one foul out of play to the right side towards the batting cages. Guzman comes in 0 for 10 with a couple walks. So again, he is in the second spot, Power leading 8-0. Giving some extra guys some at-bats with the outcome pretty much decided. Next pitch from Chung, check swing, called a strike on the outside corner. MLB China will be back at the stadium tomorrow at 10 a.m. as they take on the Grizzly. Chung out of the windup, holding his glove by his face. The 0-2. Upstairs 1-2. So at this point, China looks like they're going to fall to 2-6 after losing their 5th consecutive game. Power going to move above 500. 1 away in the 6th. The next offering from Chung. Outside. Who sticks out to you, Danny? Trying to pick out a team to beat.
Well, I think the Power is definitely up there, and obviously the Grizzly leading in every batting category right now. They're definitely a tough one.
The 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed. It's off the glove of Wang Mingxi. He'll tag out Guzman to finish off the strikeout. Jack Paulson will hit for himself. 2 outs in the 6th. Power leading 8-0. The Power are interesting to me because they've won in a lot of different ways. Whether it's scoring a lot of runs or running the bases well. And especially Vincent, Walsh, Paulson, Rudy, and Bonner-Reese, and even Noel as well. That's 6 very solid hitters outside, at least statistically, and just anchoring that lineup. And they've won the 2-1 pitcher's duel kind of games. Obviously, you can't ignore Alberta, just with all the hitters and extra base hits they've had. The 1-0 is rocketed out to left. Shin started in, now he goes back. The ball actually didn't travel as well as I thought it would. Paulson might have just missed it. 1-2-3 inning for Linza Chung out of the bullpen. And we're through 6 full. Last chance for MLB China as we head to the top of the 7th, trailing the Power 8-0.
Immerse yourself in the ultimate fan experience at 360 Sports at Agua Caliente Casinos. Stop by any of our 3 premier properties in the Coachella Valley to catch all of the games on our giant wraparound screens. See real-time scores on our giant LED sports ticker. Plus, enjoy exciting twists on all of your bar food favorites. Get your game on at 360 Sports in Rancho Mirage, Palm Springs, or Cathedral City. For more information, visit aguacalientecasinos.com. Problem gambling? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Top of the last at Palm Springs Stadium. The breeze picking up a little bit, going right to left on this clear, cool day in the mid-60s. Fuwan Zhang, who picked up the final out in the 6th, looking to finish off MLB China in the 7th. 5-6-7 coming up for MLB China as they trail the Power 8-0. Power with 2 runs in the first, 4 in the third. Dwoji Gunjo will bat for himself, who struck out twice. It's been all Power, basically from the jump. As that is hit hard into right, Chernesky froze at first and he'll play it on a hop. 4th hit of the day for MLB China and a leadoff base runner. See who Ray Chang sends up this time. There's somebody taking off his helmet. That's Linza Chung, the previous pitcher. So it looks like a pinch hitter is going to come out of the dugout at some point. I see somebody there who got a helmet on, tying his shoes. And he has a bat, and he's jogging up there. That is He-Jing Swan. That was a bit of an interesting dynamic. So Swan will bat with the leadoff man Gunja aboard at first. First pitch from Jung out of the stretch. The runner starts and stops. Pitch is looped in the center for a base hit. Back-to-back singles to start the inning. And He-Jing Swan now 3 for 15. So first and second, nobody out. It's Wan Un-Wei's spot. And we'll see, looks like another pinch hitter's coming up, who's just getting his helmet adjusted as he walks to the plate. That is going to be a pinch hitter. Lu Jia-Shua. Oh, Lu Jia-Shua came in to play right, the 14-year-old. Pretty sure, first time we've seen him hit. We'll double check the stats. He bats with men on first and second, nobody out. A lot of chatter from the China dugout, rightfully so. First pitch swinging on the ground, backhanded by Knoll. He fires a wide throw to second. It goes into left. Gunja's around third. He will score. MLB China's on the board. So an error on the throw to second, first of the day for the Power. And MLB China will gladly take it.
Bonaris took a shot there at second base. The player came sliding in. Hope he's okay out there.
Fortunately, looks like he is all right. It'll be a fielder's choice for Lu Jia-Shua, but he'll take it regardless. A 14-year-old kid coming from all the way across the pond, facing a grown man. Not half bad. So it's Junwei Shin's spot, and the first pitch is taken high, and it is Shin who will hit for himself. Still a long way to go for MLB China. Nobody out in the 7th, trailing 8-1 to the Power. Jung is set, checks the runner a couple times. His 1-0 is up and in. Nearly got a piece of Shin. Well, a team that has really struggled offensively over the past week with MLB China, with now 5 hits in the past inning plus. Snap throw back to second, and Chung was barely off the bag. Walsh took the throw. So 2-0 the count to Junwei Shin. Jung is ready. Bounce on the ground to short. Bonaris up with it. Takes it to the second base bag himself. Spins and throws to first. And it gets away from Knoll towards the China dugout. Chung crosses the plate. Up to second goes Shin. It's now 8-2. There is 1 out. And back-to-back errors for the Power. And that'll probably be charged against Bonaris on the throw. It was, you could argue Knoll should have come up with it, but it was fairly wide. What's going on here? There was a runner at third. Oh, I see what's going on. That was Lu Jia-Shua who was forced out. I think he kept running, and he ended up at third, and the umpires had to tell him he was out. So 6 unassisted for the first out, and a fielder's choice for Shin. Han Yufei, the hitter, who came in defensively for Soon Swan Han. takes low. 1-0 the count, 1 away. Power still on top, 8-2. And Shin at second. On the ground towards hole, it's short. Bonaris, bad hop, and it gets through him into left. What in the world is going on? Shin is up to third. Han Yufei aboard. Sounds like it will go down as a hit. It was a crazy hop, and it would have been a tough play to throw out Han anyway. Danny, I'm a little perplexed.
Yeah, I mean, 3 outs to go in this one. That's all they needed, but, give credit to MLB China for attacking this pitcher and getting a couple runs across. Let's see if they can keep it going.
So a couple Texas League singles to start the inning, a fielder's choice and a throwing error. Well, 2 errors in the inning, and then that bad hop leading to another hit. First pitch to Chung is a called strike. Not a fan of the call. Chung has been on base twice. He singled his last at bat in the 6th, and that broke up the no-hitter from Jimmy Welsher. 8-2 Power in search of the final 2 outs of the 7th. Next pitch, called strike. Chung behind 0-2. Junwei Shin at third, and first and third for MLB China. Off the end of the bat, looped into the stands, foul. Kicks off a gentleman's umbrella. That's a new one. The umbrella's here to making sure they don't get too much sun. So 0-2 the count now to Chung. The next pitch is a breaking ball over the head of Wong Peng Chung, who narrowly got out of the way. An adventure for Fuwan Jiang. A lot of noise from the China dugout. The next pitch is a little high. Difficult time for the Chinese Taipei pitcher.
It's about as vocal as I've seen the China dugout. Even though they've been vocal all winter long, they're getting into it.
The 2-2 pitch, just inside. That was close. Well, it was a strike according to the box. 3-2 the count, first and third, and time is called. Looked like somebody was tying their shoes. Han Yufei tying his shoes at first. So Fei's shoes are all tied up. Shin at third, Fei at first. Chung the hitter, 3-2 the count. And Jiang kicks and deals. The runners don't go. That's out to center field. Vincent shading his eyes from the sun. He makes the catch. Shin will tag and score. The throw comes in the shortstop. It's 8-3 now. But MLB China down to its final out. Sacrifice fly for Chung. It's down to Wang Mingxi. Came in as a defensive replacement in the 5th and singled in his only at-bat in the 6th. Power leading 8-3. Jiang in search of the final out. First pitch high. Jiang trying to end a very strange game. Looped foul out of play behind us. 1-1 the count to Shi. The breeze has virtually stopped. On this sunny day, canyons are still as beautiful as ever. Short lead at first from Fei. And a breaking ball in the air to center. Vincent shielding his eyes again. He has it lined up, venturing into the alleyway. He puts it away, and that finally retires the side. MLB China made some noise in the final frame, putting up 3 runs in the 7th, but it was all power virtually the entire way through. They come out on top 8-3. They move above 500 to 4-3-1. And just a top-notch effort all the way around in manager Stan Clyburn's return from his work with the Minnesota Twins. 2 runs in the first for the Power, 4 runs in the third, opening things up. And Jimmy Welsher really the true storyline. 5 2/3, no hit, shutout innings, Danny.
Yeah, really good day for Welsher. He was on for sure, and these China hitters just couldn't catch up to any of his stuff today. And that's what you need when you're the Power and you're any ball club. You need a guy who can go up there and mow down the other team so you can put up 8 runs like the Power did today.
On behalf of my partner, Danny Maha, I'm Evan Schmeiser. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back at it tomorrow. MLB China will take on the Alberta Grizzly in our first game at 10 a.m. on the CWL YouTube. It's the Power 8 and MLB China 3. Have a good night.